So in this tutorial we're going to create a PHP web application that has CRUD functionality, meaning we are going to retrieve, create, update and delete data in a MySQL database. So far we have created started on the read operation. So we have created the following books.php file that are able to retrieve data and present the data from the database in an HTML table like this, where you have the book ID, title, author and topic, and the contents of the data that are retrieved from the database. Here we have just used a basic HTML template, so it's a bit boring layout. So the next step now is to upgrade the layout by using something called Bootstrap. Basically, Bootstrap is a CSS / JavaScript framework that you can use in order to improve the visual layout of your different web pages. It can be used in combination with pure HTML web pages. It can be used in combination with PHP files that we are going to use in this tutorial. It can be combined with other web pages like ASP.NET Core, etc. Basically, you can use Bootstrap in all kind of web pages. If you want to get more information regarding Bootstrap, you can just go to the web page and getbootstrap.com, which you find here. And also Bootstrap is free to use, and you can basically just include some files and include it in your different web pages in order to start using Bootstrap. I also, in addition to the home page, I also recommend this tutorial from V3 School, which you find here. So here on V3 Schools you find a great PHP tutorial, but you find also a great Bootstrap tutorial, and then you can choose which version of Bootstrap you are going to use. Typically you want to use the latest version, and then here you will get a detailed overview of the different aspects of Bootstrap. We will just use Bootstrap in a simple way to make our HTML page and our HTML table look a bit nicer. So I guess you can start using Bootstrap in different ways. I guess the simplest way is to just include the CSS part of the Bootstrap library and the JavaScript part of the Bootstrap library into your head section of your web page. Either it's a pure HTML web page or a PHP web page that we are creating here, or other types of web pages. So basically put this Bootstrap CSS library, which is shown here, in your head section. And second, put the JavaScript library, which is part of the Bootstrap, also in the head section. And then third, typically you need to use this meta name viewport, etc. in order to make sure that Bootstrap works fine on all types of devices, from computers, smartphones, etc. So here you see a basic example where I have this is basically just a empty HTML file, hello world or something, where I have included these Bootstrap libraries, one for the CSS part and one for the JavaScript part, and then this meta name viewport in order to make sure that Bootstrap is scaling and working properly on all devices, from PCs, smartphones, etc. So let's include these 3 lines as part of our book application. Then we are back in Visual Studio Code, and here after the HTML tag I can just start creating this head section. So head start and the end tag like this. And then we just need to copy these different libraries for the CSS part and the JavaScript part. So I'll just go back to my PowerPoint, just copy that one into the header section, that JavaScript library part in the header section like this. And then also this fine part is to make sure it looks nice on different devices. I can just copy it. Here or something. So now we have included these 3 lines, this one and these 2 in the header section of the books.php file. Next we now need to enable or use Bootstrap on our HTML table, which I have here. Previously I just used this border equals to 1, but now we can use one of the Bootstrap classes and properties to specify the layout of the table. So then I can just click enter here, class equals to table, like this. So this is part of Bootstrap. So then click save, and let's see what's happening now when we just upload the latest version of this books.php file. Click here. So here is the previous example where we was presenting the data from the database in this HTML table with using only pure HTML. Now we have upgraded the web page by using Bootstrap. So now let's just click refresh, and then you see we get this layout instead. So now it looks a bit more modern, and the contents of the book are presented in this table. And you can also drag here, and the contents will follow the web page like this. And part of Bootstrap we can use different types of colors. Bootstrap has different templates, etc., for different colors, etc., that you can use to improve the visual layout of this HTML table even more. I can do some improvements. Typically here we have no border here on the left side, so let's see how we can get some space here. So then we can start by including this one as part of the body. So then here we just create a div tag, div, and then create a class, and then use this class container fluid and pt for 5, that's the size, like this. Let's see what's happening now. Click refresh, and you see we get this with some space here, and then this makes the web page looks even better like this. So now we are finished with the first part of our CRUD application, namely the R part for retrieving data from the database. Next we are going to implement the create part, the C in the CRUD. So next we are going to create new data as part of our CRUD PHP web application. We are going to include a button here. We can click on the button, and then we should go to a new page where we can enter information regarding a new book. And when we click on the save button, that new book will be stored in the database and presented here in the list together with the other books that are retrieved and stored in the database. But that's in the next part of this PHP CRUD application tutorial.